Welcome. I'm Diana, and I'm here to do a reading about twin flames. It's everywhere. It has been for a long time, but it's definitely out now for sure and about. This one though is going to be a little bit of a rehab for twin flames because it almost, at least from what I've seen, we live in a society that is all about, or at least it seems like, right? Just instant gratification as many times, as often as I want to, when I want to, as best as I want to. And the same with our love. Reciprocal love. Love that is given. Unreciprocated love. Correct? Not only that, but what better drug than another human? There is none. I mean, I'm sure some people could put up some good arguments about that, but not really. I mean, you need, in order for our human race to survive, you need two people. You do. So here comes this other person that not only energetically makes you feel like you're absolutely giddy high. It's like the highest highs and the absolute lowest lows. You are with this person and it's almost like time stops. When you're not around this person, you can still feel them. You can still smell them. You will have a mental, telepathic almost communication sometimes, connection. For example, I can, as many other people can tell, before the phone rings or you get a text, you know who's going to text you. Sometimes you can even tell what they're going to say. Little things like that, except it's times 10 with another person. The thing about this person, though, is they are an individual. They don't have to speak to you. They don't have to love you back. They don't even have to acknowledge your existence. But yet here you are, on a twin path journey. This is my personal opinion, right? I'm not an expert. This is for entertainment purposes only. But it's almost kind of like there's this one other person who not only is going through the same things in a way as you are in your life, parallel to yours, they are also your opposite. So for example, you either are incredibly rich emotionally, the other person is not, but they are, you know what I mean? There's a little variance. There's kind of like pieces of a puzzle that help to complement each other when it counts, right? Kind of I'll catch you, you catch me deal. But because we have lived many lives, within those lives, we've lived many different as well, right? You could have started as going to school to be a teacher, and then, you were a teacher for a couple of years, then you decided to be a physical therapist. You ended up as a bartender. You know what I mean? You live many lifetimes within that lifetime, and so does your person, right? So you have that connection. And not just that, but at times it seems like the universe will continually, there's a runner-chaser dynamic. You're like, I'm done. I am done. Fuck this person, right? I have invested too much of my time, my energy, my resources, my love on somebody who is doing their best to absolutely self-sabotage everything. Not only what's happening between us, but also their lives. And it's everybody has their own story. If you have one, you definitely resonate by now, or you don't. Here it is, though. Base, brass tacks, end of the day, it's about you. Period. Because it's also about them. Period. And it's almost kind of like your cosmic cheerleader in a way, right? It's like you get sick and you don't, I don't know if you're still in contact with your person or not. For all you know, you thought it was your person and it wasn't. But here's the thing, your person you'll just know. And then, I mean, there's energetic vampires. There's all kinds of other things that kind of interweave in anything. But there are certain little things where, for like example, if you're sick and you haven't spoken to this person in like a week or whatever, and look, my throat's getting weird, and you speak to them and you're like, oh, hey, how are you doing? Blah, whatever. How was whatever? And they're like, oh, I got sick. And you're like, I got sick too. Completely unrelated. I haven't talked to you, I haven't seen you, I haven't anything. You could possibly live across the country from this person, across the world. But yet, your lives are somewhat living a semi-similar path, right? You're walking lives. This is what it is. And then when you have to, because of generational traumas, curses, because of addictions, because of things like all of those and the above, you do have to go on these side quests, right? You go on these little side quests through life. So the universe will listen to you and they'll be like, okay, this person's doing what they need to do to take care of their lineage, what they need to do to take care of themselves today, to take care of themselves in the future, to take care of their neighbor. You know what I mean? It's time for these two, or they've learned this, or they've learned that. So now it's time for them to kind of meet again, collide again, talk again, and see where they're at on their journey if you're not in constant contact with this person. So, end of day, it is not only in your best interest, but if you really, truly, deeply care about this person as a human, let's forget about the fact that they belong to you or not, because they don't. Let's nobody belongs to anybody, period. So, if you genuinely have done the work, if you're healed, if you understand, you will understand that it's within your best interest for them to be healthy, for them to work on themselves, for them to have hobbies, for them to have friends, money in a bank account that's unaccounted for, that you don't have a say or control over, because it's not just, there are so many little myriad, they have to be their own person. And not just that, but you both have to be your own person. This isn't, I'm solely focusing my 24, my energy, into willing you to do your work, and yet I'm so focused on you doing yours or not that I am not taking care of me like I should be. What's going to happen when that person comes back, or you come into contact with them and they see that you haven't done anything for yourself? But they've done the work to understand that you will never fully understand what complete love is until you figure out what that means for you. That means not only do I love myself respectfully, I also love and nurture those around me. I respect their boundaries. I love them without having to hold 24 energetically. Some people feel others' vibrations, just like that call or that text or that knock on your door is a specific person. That means you're also tapped into their very specific vibrations. So even if they're far away, you can still feel them. There's a lot of Claires. That's just one of them. Your person is most likely incredibly gifted as well. So you'll have a multitude of connections with this person. This rehab is to remind you of who the fuck you are. Period. Life is long. You may or may not remember things of a past life. You may just be focused in this one, but if you really think about it, it's energy, raw energy, and you're not just working on today. You're working on your past, and you're setting up for your future. So, please remember this is for entertainment purposes. I've already gone through and I've blessed and I've prayed and I've asked. I do ask one last little thing that the creator, God, the creator of the all that is, was, never will be across space, time, and all of the dimensions, as well as the ascended masters of the highest, widest light, and the sacred divine feminine that's in all of us, above, below, and in us, to bless, guide, and protect us along this journey that we're about to take. And anybody who decides to send any low vibrational, negative shit our way, thank you. Because I ask that that be turned into blessings, peace, absolute, airtight, interdimensional protection, and incredible abundance, self-love of the good kind. Now, this is for the general collective. Please take the energies as they apply, leave what does not. This is not for male, female. This is for the general collective, and I say that because there is no gender in tarot. It could be a male and female energy or a female and male energy. Let's look into a little bit of spiritual and universal law, because I don't know about you, but I, on occasion, end up getting a little dirty, or accidentally stepping on something that I may or may not know that was there. And so did my ancestors. So we're talking about a little bit of karma. We're talking about ancestral patterns. We're talking about things that we need to work on. Things that for the purposes of becoming a whole person, we need to work on and not ignore. I am talking to somebody who basically has everything. That they need to proceed. This person is somebody who has found a balance with giving and receiving. Some people have a problem accepting gifts and compliments, and some people have a problem over giving. So this is somebody who overgives, or actually, this is somebody who had a problem with overgiving and not feeling like they needed to receive. So definitely boundaries. This is somebody who has already been checked by the universe and the divine. Or at least, like, hey, are you listening? I'm talking to you. Like, we got you. This is somebody who is born knowing. This is somebody who is born knowing. Who understood time. This is somebody who always felt the divine was there. This is somebody who knew they were incredibly abundant and they would never need for anything. And because they were thankful for even just sleeping on the floor, I'm not crying today. Oh, I always end up with puffy eyes. This is somebody who, because they understood that the divine was present and because they understood that the divine had them, they either didn't take certain opportunities This is somebody who also understands. Ooh. my God. Okay, this is somebody who had enough recollection of their past lives, karma, faults, shortcomings, that because it's like this person came back to cross all the T's, dot all the I's, untie soul ties, energetic bonds, everything, basically. Like, this person came knowing. And because of it, it's not that they didn't see the need in having earthly abundance. It's just that it's like I see these towers and these castles and these things around me, or this house that was built for me, but at the end of the day, I know that this is just a thing. This is something that's going to decay and crumble. This is not permanent. This is just a vessel, much like my body, and my memories will carry through, just like my actions and my things. This is somebody that's incredibly tact, and this is somebody who has allowed the universe and the divine I'm talking to it. I am talking to an otherworldly person right now. This person understands their mission, and that's all I'm going to say about that. This person understands their mission. And if this person understands their mission, their person also has a pretty significant one. And which means it is absolutely vital that this person work on themselves, regardless of twin flame or not, period. Because this is bigger than a twin flame. Yeah, like together you guys could be absolute fucking and here's the thing that's beautiful about this. This person, once they decide to fully embrace basically the fact that they can run with scissors, yeah. And understand that those scissors are a tool, and if anything, they can learn to tuck them in and holster them as they pick up speed. This person sees that it is vital not just for them, but for their person and the people around them, which is why the divine stays as close to them as they do. This is somebody who is incredibly connected to the moon. This is somebody that's incredibly connected to the moon. Definitely highly emotional person, highly tapped in. Whew, Lord. So let's check in. So no, we're not waiting. We're not waiting to work on ourselves. We're not waiting to hear from someone. We're not sitting by the phone. We're not waiting for our partner in our new business venture to arrive so that we can, no. We stay ready so we don't have to get ready. Funny, because that's my get ready to go to work. Speaking of, but we're all ready. Yep. I know. Because we work smarter, not harder. This is somebody. So it looks like you went through, which is understandably so. Yeah, most at some point you'll basically kind of go into your cave, right? You'll go into hermit mode to really fully get down to the nitty gritty. And the thing is, though, is you kind of stayed there for a minute. It's almost like for a moment there, you question if you would just stay there. It's like, I got everything I need. Why do I need to go anywhere? I'm here. Right? And then after that, you felt stuck. You'd been in it for so long that you felt stuck. But while you were stuck, you still kept getting messages from the universe. You still kept getting these downloads. You still kept getting these little reminders. Like, hey, don't forget you're doing this because you're cleaning house, right? You're not just cruising. You're doing this for a reason. And next thing you know, you thought you were home alone, but you weren't. You got so complacent that someone moved in downstairs and you had no fucking clue. You were so caught up that you forgot that you are living. Yes, you understand time. You understand, but here's the deal. You're here for a reason. And you're not fucking doing it. You're in your castle, your sanctuary, your home. But now you aren't doing anything at all. You're just home. Which is cool and all. But how long are you going to do that for? Are you just going to stay home all your life, the rest of your life? What about the contracts that you have with other people? Because some people do. Some people have contracts. It's like the divine was like, hey, hello. Did we forget something? Encouragement. Hello, babe. You know, like, what are we doing today? What's your plan today? You also felt incredibly alone. Yeah, you have the divine. But people need people. You need contact. You need... And little by little, you started thawing out. You started coming out. You started seeing the signs outside. It's like you're home. And then you go out and you're like, oh, hey, this is why I came out, right? You started to move and you started to just, ride the wave because you have to. That's life, If you fight it, you'll get slammed hard if you don't know which way is up. But if you can even swim within the wave and become part of the wave, and within the wave flip and turn. Have you seen the turtles? They get in the wave and then they in the wave and they swim back in. That's life. You understood the flow before. How come you don't now? How come you didn't? You became complacent. Maybe you kept thinking, oh, I've done all this work. Where's my person? Isn't it about time that my person show up? Shouldn't my person be working on themselves too? Is my person off with somebody else? I don't know. But here's the deal. Time doesn't stop because your person isn't there. Your life doesn't stop because your person hasn't called you or texted you. You haven't heard from them. Fuck, maybe they're with somebody else. If they're with somebody else, it means that they are working on whatever contract lesson they have with that person. And if their lesson was to bypass that person, then they clearly didn't learn the lesson and they have to repeat it again. Yeah. So you're back out. Slow and steady, right? You're back out. You're at it again. Whew. I need it. There, little window. A little window for the universe and the divine. Please give me a little window here about how to proceed in our greatest and highest good. This is for the collective on their journey. Side wink to a twin flame. The best thing about every financial meltdown, global or otherwise, is learning that whatever was lost can be recreated, exceeded, and made better than it was before. So hold on loosely. That includes people. Just saying. Just further drive that home. Your time is your money. right? Who are you investing your time with? How are you helping yourself, your neighbor, your lineage? And how much do you hold your self-worth and value to that thing that you're trying to hold on to so hard? You are because of and in spite of everything that you go through. How you deal with that is your value. You decide what that is, not your twin flame or who you think your twin flame is. I don't know where you're at on your journey, but it may be possible that you thought somebody was your twin flame, but once you did the work on yourself, you realize that that was in fact not your twin flame, because your twin flame would never fucking do that to you. Think about that. This is your person. This is your person who represents you when you're not there, right? This is a person who you choose in the apocalypse, like that kind of person. This is your person. Your person would never do that to you. And here's the thing too, a little bit of a, there is a moment when we all are still a little bit asleep. Not everybody is born knowing, like this collective, this person that I'm speaking to right now. So in that, I can understand maybe you were chilling for a little bit longer. You're like, I know I already went through that, so I'm just waiting for this person to catch up. Well, while you're waiting, never wait for anybody like that. Anybody that loves you will understand that you're not waiting. And if they made you wait because they're trying to be with somebody else, that is not your fucking person. They're somebody else's because they picked somebody else. If they figure it out later and then they try to come back, I don't know. We'll see. Because how much have you worked on yourself on that? And at what point have I learned to love, value, and accept myself to where I feel like I deserve to be done dirty like that again? There's quite a few variables here and there, but what are you basing your self-value on right this second? Here's a look at you from the outside in. A little area. Just in case you're wondering. How do those around me perceive or see me? General collective. Right now you're being seen as somebody who does not fear a single soul. Not just that, but you are ready to build. Right now you are looking for who your teammates are. You may or may not be starting a business, some kind of venture, some kind of project. And so honestly, right now, you're not really interested in, you are, but you aren't worried. I don't see you being too worried about having any kind of negative stigma or anything like that in your community, because, or at least you don't care if you do, because you have been so connected to the divine for so long, your whole fucking life, that even if there are things that you did, they pale and don't even register anymore in your community. And if there are people in your in your community who continue or try to continue the same story, the same whatever the fuck, it's because they themselves have something invested in the community seeing you in a certain light. So yeah, you're not scared. You're not scared. If anything, you understand. You understand you're a bellhawk in a little chickadee chick pen. Like, you get it. You know you're incredibly abundant. You know the universe provides. And you understand your mission. And now you are looking for somebody who's going to be a good teammate, because you're only interested in growth. Fuck everything else. Growth, positivity, abundance. It's like you came out of your lair, your castle, your cave, and all of a sudden you're shining bright and you're up in the light and everybody's seeing you. You're natural, just leader. You shine incredibly bright. People that don't know you, it's like you're a magnet. They're automatically drawn towards you. Let's give you a little something for closing. Kind of give my collective a little peace, please, Holy Spirit. Can you please give my collective a little peace? What will help them to grow? What will help them to manifest? What will help them to find their teammates who are just as equally as fearless as they are? Because we're not going back. We are not going back. Have you ever worked with somebody who is always complaining about what everybody else does? And they spend so much time complaining about what everybody else does that they don't ever get any of their work done? Don't be that person. I don't know who that was for. We are fast forwarding that song. What will help the collective manifest the team that they are looking for? Be magnetized. Just be yourself. If you feel yourself energetically, others can feel you too. Learn to tap into that if you haven't already. Does that make sense? Feel it like a little ball of light that goes from your heart, your center, and it slowly, visualize it, getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Breathe into it, vibe into it, feel it, pull it like a little thread. Everybody else will feel it too. You'll get to know your people that way because they'll feel the same way. When you vibrate on a frequency that only the same as you can hear, you can't miss. So start feeling yourself. You're not in hibernation anymore. Yeah, take a day. You've been feeling a little anxious, yeah, cooped up. Collaborate, yeah. Go get your people. Fine tune that shit. See? Feel it out. If you like the way I read, if you found anything of what I said helpful, please like and subscribe. Click the little bell. Next time I post, you'll hear. And if you want to for sure know when I post more, you can always subscribe. Have a good night.